Following ISIS attacks on Kobani in September 2014, Jessica Grant, the American pro-Kurdish activist, started a Twitter campaign in support of YPG fighters. To get more information on this campaign, joining us from the Charlotte in the USA, Jessica Grant. Welcome, Jessica, to our program. Give us, please, more details on the Twitter campaign you started in support of YPG, and what prompted you exactly to start this campaign?
Well, you can find the campaign at #ShowYourV4YPG. The campaign is also directed at the YPJ. It's just that we couldn't fit both into the name and still make it easy to participate in. So basically, how it got started is at the height of the fighting, like you said, in Kobani. We were campaigning the government, the American government, and all of this. And at that time, Anwar Muslim, the head of Kobani, he sent out a tweet thanking all of the Americans and other people in the world too who were supporting them in Kobani. And when I saw that tweet, I immediately wanted to tweet back, like, you're welcome, you know? That was just my first reaction, and that immediately kind of spiraled into this idea for the campaign. And so basically what we wanted to do was to put faces behind all of the Twitter support that was happening, all the global support, and we also wanted to show how diverse the support was, how many countries it was coming from, and political ideologies, every political ideology you can think of, and that's basically why we did it.
How is the interaction of Twitter users with your campaign?
Well, I'm proud to say that the campaign really took off, and people were really excited about it. I had a lot of people, not just Kurdish people, a lot of people around the world who thanked me for giving them an opportunity to show a higher level of support to the YPG and YPJ. And I would say a lot of our pictures, most of them probably came from the US and the UK, but we had a lot of pictures from France, Spain, Italy, Scandinavian countries like Norway and Sweden. There was Mexico, Canada, Brazil, Africa, many from parts of Kurdistan. I believe there might have been someone from Japan, and we had several people participate from India. So I'm sure there are plenty I missed, but the campaign even had its own following, I guess, on Facebook that had a whole different set of people sending pictures. And on top of that, we got victory sign tweets from Pola John, the YPG spokesperson, and Anwar Muslim. So that was really rewarding for myself and the people who were participating in the campaign to see.
In general, Jessica, how important are such campaigns on social media to strengthen the support for the People's and Women's Protection Units?
Well, I think it's more important than you would think. These groups fighting ISIS actually do hear what's happening on social media, because we're living in a day and age when not only are we observing this war on social media, but the war is being waged on social media. I mean, Daesh, they have their propaganda, they are sending this narrative on social media, and so I think it's really important for everyone to counteract that narrative. And particularly when it comes to the YPG and YPJ, they were really isolated. They still are really isolated in Syria and Iraq, living and fighting in war zones. And if you put yourself in their shoes, you know, and even in Kobani, they were surrounded by enemies. If you put yourself in their shoes and think about how they must feel not getting into the outside world and that kind of stress every day, you know, it's natural to want to send your support and help their morale to help them achieve victory in this thing. And even more than that, the YPG and Peshmerga have taken it upon themselves to fight this enemy on behalf of humanity. And I think we owe them a debt of gratitude just for what they've done so far. And there's a lot more to be done. So they need to see what that they need to know that we see what they're doing and that we sincerely appreciate their courage and their sacrifice. And we want to let them know that the world is behind them still, and so is America, and we'll continue to push our governments to support the Kurds in their fight.
Jessica Grant, the American pro-Kurdish activist, thanks a lot for joining our program.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.